Okay, so for my 10th review, I'm going to talk about Captain Marvel, DC, versus Blue Marvel. And so far for my 9 reviews I've done, I have 3 wins for DC and 6 for Marvel. So I think this is going to be a good fight. So between for Captain Marvel, Billy Batson obtained the powers of Shazam, and so Shazam is basically the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules. Let me see. Stamina of Atlas, power of Zeus, courage of Achilles, and speed of Mercury. And so with the wisdom of Solomon, gives him like more knowledge on stuff. He knows. I do believe he knows like different languages, different fighting styles, and all that. But the thing that kind of would hurt him in this fight is he still has the mind of a kid. Because like Billy Batson's, I think like 10 or something like that. He's really young, he's just a boy. So that would probably hurt him in this fight, due to the fact that he's still a kid, but he knows all these different things, which also gives him an edge. And also, when it comes to strength, he has the strength of Hercules, and he's basically as strong as he's a Superman level strength, like all DC characters apparently. He has fought Superman. He's fought Black Adam. I do believe he's beaten Black Adam, so he's really strong. And he has the stamina of Atlas, where he can keep fighting and fighting. He has long endurance. Like I've said, he's fought in Black Adam, Superman, all the top tier heroes and villains of DC. Then of course he has the power of Zeus, where he gives him he can use basically lightning magic, where he can shoot lightning, all different types of magical attacks. He can, when he calls out Shazam, a big lightning bolt, turns him into, when he's Billy, he shouts Shazam, turns him into, Captain Marvel, and he could all use it as a weapon. He can, if he says Shazam and he's fast enough, he holds someone between him and the lightning bolt. It hits him and it's gonna hurt really bad, like really bad. Like that's, I mean that's hurt Superman. And, well, of course, Superman is vulnerable to magic, but still, that would hurt practically anybody. Then, of course, he has the courage of Achilles, where basically he's not really afraid. He's not like, even though he's a kid, he's not afraid to fight you. And he gives him different fighting styles, and basically he knows how to fight and do all this stuff. So then he has the speed of Mercury, where he's as fast as Superman. All those people, he can run. He can give the Flash a run for his money in running speed, fly the speed of light, and also what would probably give him the edge over, or DC characters are for some reason naturally faster. It seems like, where his reaction speed would probably be greater than Blue Marvel's. So Captain Marvel has a lot of things going for him in this fight. But now when it comes to Blue Marvel is like, he's kind of a newer, made in like 2008, and doesn't have really a lot of feats, but he's done some pretty cool things. He's basically a guy from like the 60s, and I think got like some radioactive, I forget about the origins of Blue Marvel, but like right now he's basically like 80 years old, and he's like still young looking due to the fact that he's powered by antimatter. Something happened with him with antimatter, and that's basically what he is. He's like antimatter, and his strength is, I could say it could be on par with Captain Marvel or Superman, but he really doesn't have a lot of feats to prove it. He effortlessly moved an asteroid the size of Arkansas, which is pretty impressive. And when he was on the moon, he got mad and he hit it, and it kind of cracked the moon. And the Watcher even stated he could have broke the moon in half if he wanted to. So that's pretty strong. And when it comes to speed, he has fought in the Avengers plus the Sentry all at once, which was Iron Man, I think Miss Marvel, Wonder Man, Ares, and the Sentry, and that's pretty impressive, I would have to say. He was fighting them, then he fought the Sentry. He actually hit the Sentry once and knocked the Sentry into orbit and kind of knocked him out for, I think a couple panels or whatever. Then after he was fighting the Sentry, they were just beating the crap at each other back and forth, and they basically, in a way, it was a stalemate. if you can honestly say. But if he wasn't fighting the Avengers, he maybe could have beaten the Sentry, because he was already fighting Wonder Man, Ares, Iron Man, Miss Marvel. So that's pretty impressive. But when he's fighting the Sentry, they're basically equal in strength, speed, and all that, and basically they collapse practically at the same time. But when it comes to speed and all that, I would he's also beaten King Hyperion, I do believe, and King Hyperion is pretty beast. I do believe he killed everyone in his own universe, so that was pretty impressive. But when it comes to everything, I do believe Captain Marvel has him edged out, and everything except maybe strength. It's kind of hard to say because he doesn't have a lot of feats, but he does have some pretty good strength feats. But Blue Marvel is pretty beast. He can shoot antimatter like energy blast, and supposedly a gram of antimatter is equal to a nuclear bomb. So if he hits you full force with energy blast, that's pretty strong when you think about it. So that's also a possibility that can give him an edge, but in the end, it still would not be enough to take down Billy Batson. So in the end, it'd be a really good fight. I would love to see this if actual in comics, but in the end, the powers of Shazam would prevail. So I'd give the edge to Captain Marvel. And so that'd be 4 wins for DC and 6 wins for Marvel. See you later.